Hey everybody, I'm JJ. You're watching Reality Survival, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 prepping force multipliers. I guess we could start out with the definition here on what a force multiplier is. It's sort of a military term. Sometimes businesses use it as well, but we're gonna say, for purposes of this video, it's a factor that dramatically increases or multiplies the effectiveness, power, or capability of a specific force or effort. So number 5 on the list is radio communications. Now, having the ability to use radios is extremely important in any kind of a situation where you're trying to coordinate between multiple people. It's going to increase your efficiency and allow instant communication, so you don't have to run back and forth and send messages and all that kind of stuff, or try to use smoke signals or whatever. It's plainly obvious as to how this reduces your reaction time during an emergency. It also, allows a coordinated response that is far more lethal and difficult to deter. So if you're working as a small team in some sort of a tactical situation or whatever, it gives you the ability to shoot, move, and communicate far more efficiently than your opponent if they don't have radios. Okay, number 4 is on-site power generation. Power generation, especially some sort of a battery system with a solar input, is a huge force multiplier in a SHTF kind of situation that's going to be silent. It's going to have a very long life, and it's going to enable you to utilize refrigeration, which is going to significantly reduce food waste and contamination. That's going to allow you to have better overall health, and it also gives you the ability to charge batteries for your power, different power devices that you have, and cordless tools, all that kind of stuff. It also is going to allow you to run security cameras, exterior lights, all those different kinds of things. So you're going to have a lot better just options. You have a wide array of options when you can produce your own power. Now, that's even true, even if it's a backup generator with, like a small agricultural tank with, gas or diesel or whatever in it that your generator uses, or propane tanks or whatever the case may be. But having the ability to run silently definitely is an advantage over one that makes a lot of noise, obviously. One option that you can do is you can check out the griddown.com. And they have a very cool system there that is, I think, 13.5 kilowatts. And if you use the discount code Reality Survival to purchase that, it'll save you over $1,000. Also, you get a 30% tax credit this year, so that's like $5,000. And if you got in on the early coupon code, I think you could save almost another $1,000. So you could end up getting the system conceivably after all those discounts for like under 10 grand. Which is really a pretty good price for a whole home system that has the capability to take inputs from either solar or from the grid or from a generator. You can also sell your power when the grid's still up. You can sell your power back to the system if your electric company allows that. And it can also be used, even if you have it set up that way, you can also set it up to work as an off-grid system. So when the power goes out, then it will automatically switch to an off-grid system and your house will be isolated, which is unique in amongst many other systems. So the Grid Down system is a really cool system. It's made here in America. It has a 25-year warranty. And it's also incorporated with EMP shields to protect and harden the whole system from an electromagnetic pulse. So check that out if you want to get into that. I think it's a really cool deal, and I can save you a ton of money. I've got several stories coming in the future talking about the fragility of the power grid. The fragility of our power grid because of green energy is a real, and it will be a continuing threat for many people across the United States. Our power grid is not the same. It doesn't have the same reliability that it used to, and it's getting worse and worse. So I think that's a very realistic thing that you should consider when it comes to your preps and stuff. But anyway, back to force multipliers. Number 3 is an ATV, a UTV, a dirt bike, or an e-bike of some sort, an electric bike. Basically this is going to enable you to have fuel-efficient transportation with short notice, and that can help you respond to emergencies in your area or in your neighborhood. It can also provide you with an efficient and fast means of escape if you had to get out of an area for some reason. And it'll also allow you for more efficient collection of supplies and scavenging and that kind of stuff in a SHTF kind of situation. I think that these devices are definitely a huge force multiplier, especially if we were in a situation where you and your neighbors had to kind of band together, close off your area and that kind of thing. And you're not going to be able to probably have a 24-hour patrol, but you could all have radios and be able to communicate stuff to each other, and have a little charger there, and be able to communicate with each other and say, hey, Bob, we're getting attacked, can you come help us? And then you can hop on and come in and render some assistance or whatever. So I think that those things are valuable as well. Number 2 on the list is night vision or thermal imagers. Now, these can obviously be used to establish tactical superiority during the night, when most attacks are likely to happen in this kind of scenario. Now, thermal can also be used during the day, and night ones can be if you kind of keep the cover on or whatever, with a little hole in the middle or whatever. They can still be used in some of those ways, but there's really no point in using the night vision during the daytime. But the thermals can be used, and they can be fairly effective, especially in colder climates in wintertime and stuff like that. Or in a snowstorm, or whatever the case may be. I mean, it's going to be a little degraded during snowstorm, but the point is that they can be used in a variety of situations, especially when it's dark, and they're going to give you the ability to basically see people who are a little bit more hidden to the naked eye. Now, you can also, assuming that we were in a collapsed government situation where laws did not apply, then you could also use this for hunting at night to be able to feed your family, and that could be a potential use as well. They can also be used for gathering intelligence during recon and stuff like that if you're doing different movements, or convoying from one place to another, or if you're out trying to gather supplies or whatever the case may be, then they could be used there as well. Now, number 1 on the list is people. And I know you guys probably roll your eyes. Oh, of course it's going to be people. He's always talking about, how you got to have good relations with your neighbors and, the people who live close to you and all that kind of stuff. But that is really, really important. Especially, people are going to be needed, especially if there was a grid down thing. Anytime you're going to do anything difficult, one person can only do so much. And if you get a vehicle stuck or something like that, and you need somebody to help you, or if you're building something, maybe you're putting up a meat drying shed or something, and having somebody to help you with those kind of things. I mean, security in your neighborhood, that would be another example. I mean, there's tons of different reasons why people are important, And the other thing that you should think about when it comes to this is I really highly recommend becoming part of your town's leadership. The reason is that the most tyrannical people during COVID were county and city officials, because they're the ones who are closest to you and they can exert the most power and force over you. And so if you are part of that leadership team, then you can be in a position to make sure those abuses don't happen, or at least they're lessened. And it is highly probable that even if there were breakdowns in larger government, that some sort of local governments would probably stay in somewhat of positions of power and stuff like that for a longer period. So if you're involved in that, you can help make those decisions. You can make sure that things don't happen bad, or at least you can try. And you can also get to know the people in the town who have influence and power and resources and all those kind of things. So it's just to your benefit anyway. So people is important. The people who are closest to you, who live around you, but also the local leaders and the people in the town around that have the ability to exert force onto you. You need to know who those folks are. So anyway, guys, that's my top 5 prepping force multipliers. I'd love to know what you think would be another great force multiplier. If you could put those down in the comments below, that would be awesome. And before you go over to realitysurvival.substack.com and get signed up. This is a little Ned Foss hatchet that we're going to be giving away over there this month. as well as this Silky Pocket Boy saw. And if you are a paid subscriber over there, then you can get in on the monthly random draw. But even if you don't want to do the paid membership, it's only like $40 per year when you use the discount code, or when you use the discount button. You can just still do the free membership, and that'll allow me to let you know, to notify you that videos get posted. YouTube's been killing us in the algorithm lately. Doesn't really show the video to very many people at all. And so if you would like to see more videos of this type, talking about hypotheticals, talking about prepping, disaster preparedness, wilderness survival, bushcraft, all that kind of stuff, then hit the subscribe button. But more importantly, go over to realitysurvival.substack.com and put your email in over there. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe.